You can do it. Just face everything and rise. No, you cannot. Just forget everything and run. These are the two contexts of FEAR, fear. Which is the one context you are going to select? This is Dr. Shiny Clarissa, and I welcome you all to my channel, Learn and Shine. Glossophobia, fear of public speaking, which will in turn lead to atygophobia, fear of failure. We don't want to go to that extent, right? Fear is one thing which ruins everyone's life. Then let me give you some tips to overcome the fear. Of course, it is a challenge for everyone. Fear of losing someone you love, fear of losing your job, fear of financial security, fear of embarrassment, fear of rejection, fear of being criticized, and fear of loss of respect. Everything will just pull you behind and paralyze all your actions and shuts your brain down. Don't ever let that happen. Focus and believe. Now let me give you the various steps you have to follow in order to overcome your fear. The first one is, you should have to just visualize as if you are not afraid of anything. Just take up some competing tasks which you are actually afraid of, but pretending you are not afraid. Your visual image will eventually be accepted by your subconscious mind, and it starts getting altered by feeding your mind with the positive mental pictures of you giving your best. Third tip is counting to 3. Just take a count of 3. 1, 2, and on the third count, you have to stand up straight, smile, move quickly and confidently, act as if you have gained all the knowledge and courage already that you desire, and you will eventually get it very soon, or else you'll be losing your chance. Be prepared. Now the third tip is confronting. This is the next step to confront it immediately. Identify a person or a situation in your life which you find it very difficult to confront, and resolve it to deal it right away without wasting any more minute by putting all your fear behind. Confront it, or else you will be losing yourself. And now the fourth one, moving towards. Just move towards your fear, and your fear turns smaller and smaller, but your confidence turns bigger and bigger. And then eventually the fear loses control over you and leaves you free. Fifth tip is dealing with it. Deal with it directly. As William Shakespeare said, take arms against a sea of troubles, and in so doing, end them. This was the fantastic line of William Shakespeare. When you choose to face your fear, your self-esteem goes up. When your self-esteem goes up, your self-respect increases, and your sense of personal pride grows. This is where you start growing by grooming yourself. Facing your I would like to share one incident which happened in my life. My professor once told me to do this simple exercise in order to overcome my fear, and I am so happy to share it with you all. He asked me to take a note and write down all the fears which I have, along with the consequences which I am afraid of facing it. And I started to write one by one, and of course I had a very huge list by doing so many fears, and with also listed consequences which I found it very difficult to face. After completing the huge list of so many fears written in it, my professor again told me to close the note and keep the note back safely without touching it for 3 months. I did the same way, and I almost forgot about the note which and after 3 months. It is now time to open back my notebook listed with so many fears. I was afraid to face it. And to my surprise, I found that I have faced all my fears without any consequences. And all the consequences which I feared of facing was all my imaginary illusions. At that point of time, I realized that all the consequences which I was afraid of are just my imaginary illusions. I was the one who made it up in my mind. And there came the time for me to change. Thank you, Professor. And from then on, I started facing all my fears right away without turning back. And I think you too have got the idea, right? And of course, facing your fear is a huge challenge for everyone. Anyone will find very difficult to overcome, but unless you take a step, nothing is going to change. You're the one who have to take initiative to change everything in your life. Just take a step to face your fear. As we have been a child, we only have to face two fears in our life: fear of falling down and fear of getting hurt. But as we grow up, we started learning so many fears. But remember, we are not born with it. We have just learnt it as we get older. But one good thing is, whatever we learn, we can easily unlearn just by practicing a strict self-discipline repeatedly, and the fear will automatically wave you goodbye. Face your fear. Don't run out of it. Remember, just face your fear. Thank you. Until I meet you all in my next video, this is Dr. Shiny Clarissa signing off. Thank you.